This is 120 facts about SpongeBob SquarePants.
Are you ready, kids?
The show was created by Stephen Hillenburg, but Stephen Hillenburg died in 2018. Stephen Hillenburg was a marine biologist. SpongeBob was going to be named SpongeBoy, and the show was going to be called SpongeBoy Ahoy, but SpongeBoy was copyrighted by a mop. It was changed to SpongeBob from a character named Bob the Sponge. Bob the Sponge was created by Stephen Hillenburg in the comic The Intertidal Zone. It's the third most profitable in the portfolio of Paramount Global. It's the fifth longest running animated American series. It's also the longest running Nickelodeon show. The first episode was Help Wanted.
Go, SpongeBob!
In this episode, SpongeBob gets hired to the Krusty Krab, which is the
finest eating establishment ever established for eating.
It's also
home of the Krabby Patty.
But this episode has a mistake. If you see, there is 4 buses. But when those buses go to the Krusty Krab, it's now 5 buses. Now that's a smelly smell that smells smelly.
Anchovies.
Nickelodeon liked characters in schools, so Hillenburg was about to reject the idea. You might think, how is SpongeBob here today? It's because of Mrs. Puff. The show won 6 Annie Awards, 8 Golden Reel Awards, 4 Emmy Awards, 19 Kids' Choice Awards, and 2 BAFTA Children's Awards. On February 11, 2019, Nickelodeon announced that 2019 was the best year ever because it was SpongeBob SquarePants' 20-year anniversary. Because of this, Patton created color shades known as SpongeBob SquarePants Yellow and Patrick Star Pink. In July 2009, Madame Tussauds Wax Museum in New York launched a wax sculpture of SpongeBob. Within its first month on air, SpongeBob SquarePants overtook Pokemon as the highest-rated Saturday morning children's series on television. On November 6, an hour-long TV movie titled Truth or Square was released. The movie is narrated by Ricky Gervais and features live-action cameo appearances by Rosario Dawson, Craig Ferguson, Will Ferrell, Tina Fey, LeBron James, Pink, Triumph the Insult Comic Dog, and Robin Williams. The first 5 seasons has 20 episodes, Season 6 to Season 9 has 26 episodes, Season 10 has 11 episodes, Season 11 to Season 13 has 26 episodes. SpongeBob SquarePants is 70% in audience score. The SpongeBob SquarePants movie is 68% in Rotten Tomatoes, it's 78% in audience score. The movie is rated PG. The movie came out in 2004. The movie was going to be the end of SpongeBob, but Nickelodeon loved the show so much, it didn't end. It actually takes place in the distant future, which is why we don't see the Krusty Krab 2 or King Neptune's... Wait, is that his name? Okay. His name... Okay, King Neptune. Okay, good. Anyways, King Neptune's design in SpongeBob SquarePants. Even if we don't see King Neptune, we do see Mindy the Mermaid in SpongeBob's Big Birthday Blowout. In this episode, we see the Krusty Krab in real life called the Trusty Slab. Speaking of real Krusty Krab, there's a real Krusty Krab in Palestine. The YouTuber Matthew Beam built a real-life Bikini Bottom in his backyard. Mark Harrison and Blair Smith composed the SpongeBob SquarePants theme song. Put some suggestions down below in the comments. The SpongeBob SquarePants theme song was written by Stephen Hillenburg and Derek Drymon. The painting of the pirate at the start of the theme song is named Painty the Pirate. SpongeBob is voiced by Tom Kenny.
I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready.
Tom Kenny voices Gary, the French narrator,
2,000 years later,
and Patchy the Pirate.
SpongeBob betrayed us!
Tom Kenny used SpongeBob's voice for a minor character in Rocko's Modern Life. Patrick is voiced by Bill Fagerbacke. Squidward is voiced by Roger Bumpus. In Goons and the Moons, Squidward meets Roger Bumpus. Clancy Brown voices Mr. Krabs. Mr. Lawrence voices Plankton. Jill Talley voices Karen. Jill Talley is actually married to Tom Kenny. Caroline Lawrence voices Sandy Cheeks. Mary Jo Catlett voices Mrs. Puff. Laurie Allen voices Pearl. Ernest Borgnine voices Mermaid Man until his death in 2012. Tim Conway voices Barnacle Boy until his death in 2019. The Flying Dutchman is voiced by Brian Doyle Murray. In SpongeBob vs. the Big One, Jack Kahuna Laguna is voiced by Johnny Depp. He's also Jack Sparrow, and Jack Sparrow is also named Jack. In November 2019, a music-based Squidward project was announced to be in development for Netflix. In early March 2020, Viacom announced that it would be producing 2 character spin-off films. On August 24, 2021, Brian Robbins, the CEO of Nickelodeon, has stated that a new SpongeBob film is in the works. On February 15, 2022, it was announced that 3 character spin-offs were in the works for Paramount Plus, as well as a theatrical SpongeBob film. The first character spin-off is set to release in 2023. Originally, SpongeBob was streaming in Netflix. However, the series was removed in USA in 2013 due to their deal with Viacom not being renewed. The series was in Hulu since 2012, but it was removed in 2016. The series streamed on Amazon Prime Video when the deal with Netflix ended. Then the show, with other Viacom CBS shows, went to stream in Paramount Plus. Currently, the first 6 seasons are in Amazon Prime, and the first 12 seasons are in Paramount Plus. Squidward is an octopus, but he has 6 legs. This is because 8 were too many. It's also because it might scare children. The fish that shouts is named Fred. He got his own episode. It's season 11, episode 16. In 2011, researchers at San Francisco State University called a new fungus Spongiforma SquarePants, named after SpongeBob. SpongeBob is the only 90s Nicktoon still having new episodes. Patrick and Gary are cousins. This was confirmed in Rule of Thumb. In the episode Goo Goo Gas, the Krusty Krab has a mailbox. Well, actually, this is the only episode where it is seen. SpongeBob lives in a pineapple under the sea because it was a common motif in Polynesian crafts. It's also because he would like the smell of pineapples. SpongeBob's pineapple is actually a pineapple that fell from a boat. SpongeBob's laugh is inspired by a dolphin's call and a seagull's shriek. To make SpongeBob laugh, say "ah" in SpongeBob's voice and repeatedly hit your neck like "ah." The Korean name of the show is Square Square Sponge Songs. His name is SpongeBob Schwammkopf in German. In the episode Driven Through Tears, Drive-Thru, and the movie Sponge Out of Water, the Krusty Krab has a drive-thru. SpongeBob's first word was "May I take your order?" The Krabby Patty was going to be called the Barnacle Burger. The Krusty Krab was a retirement home called the Rusty Krab, then Mr. Krabs bought it. But in the episode Grandpappy the Pirate, the Krusty Krab was Mr. Krabs' boat? Tom Kenny's favorite SpongeBob episode is Band Geeks. SpongeBob appears in the Loud House in the episode Left in the Dark. In Phineas and Ferb, in the episode Summer Belongs to You, Phineas picks up a sponge and a star, which, if you don't get it, it's SpongeBob and Patrick. In Bubble Guppies, in the episode Trick or Treat Mr. Grumpfish, Gil dresses up as SpongeBob. There are SpongeBob-themed Thomas Minis. Telly Monster from Sesame Street's favorite show is Triangle Bob Triangle Pants. In Augie and the Cockroaches, in the episode Augie and the Magic Smile, a SpongeBob toy can be seen smiling. In the Animaniacs reboot, in the episode Suspended Animation, a picture of SpongeBob can be seen. In Fanboy and Chum Chum, Chum Chum's pirate name is Chum Bucket. According to Watch Mojo, in their top 10 animated shows from Nickelodeon, number 1 is SpongeBob.
With this mop, I shape my destiny.